Welcome to Jaguar News and Views. I'm Kate Forster.
And I'm Audrey Corcoran. We are your anchors for today's show.
Jaguar News and Views is produced by the Raise Your Voice students here at Thomas Jefferson in conjunction with the production staff at Wjag.
Today's show includes Scores and Sports with Tanner Acketts and Tessa Ryan, upcoming events with Talia Hammond and Patrick Semoton, the Jaguar Top 10 list with Lena Franson and Vivian Crin, and Of Note with Gray Din.
Today's show also features our Jaguar of the Week with Sophie Friedel, Inside Jefferson Unedited with Max Vernier and Emmy Lee, and What If with JJ Moore.
Now let's go to Talia Hammond with this week's upcoming events.
Thank you, anchors. Here are some upcoming events happening around Jefferson. Starting Friday, May 27th, Jefferson spring sports continue with baseball, softball, lacrosse, golf, tennis, and track competitions as teams get closer to playoffs and sections. Students can check the Jefferson activities page for game times and locations. On Saturday, May 23rd, many Jefferson teams will continue weekend games and tournaments around the metro area. Make sure to come out and support the Jags during one of the busiest weekends of the season. Then on Tuesday, May 26th, students return to classes as the school year begins, wrapping up with final projects, activities, and senior events. Seniors should keep checking their emails for graduation updates and important announcements. Students should also watch for Career Center information about summer jobs, scholarships, and important internships before the end of the year. Now to you, Patrick.
Thank you, Talia. As we are recovering from AP testing, let's look at some upcoming events at our school. On Thursday, May 21st, the Spring Choir Concert kicks off at 7 p.m. Come support your fellow Jefferson students. Then, on Monday, May 25th, there's no school. It's Memorial Day, so definitely enjoy the long weekend. For the seniors, Thursday, May 28th, is our last day of school. Congratulations. And finally, Trimester 3 finals are on June 4th and 5th. June 5th is also graduation day, with the ceremony beginning at 6:30 p.m. at US Bank Stadium, where we will celebrate the class of 2026. Now let's send it over to Audrey and Kate.
Thanks, Talia and Patrick. We're in the final stretch now, and I can't wait for the seniors' last day.
Yes, it sounds like it. Especially with the end of the school year, there is a lot going on. We want to keep the end of the year off strong, so keep working hard with whatever you are involved in here at Jefferson.
Keep pushing, though. School isn't quite over yet. Next, let's go to Emma Luma with this week's public service announcement.
Thank you, anchors. So today I have a question to ask all of you. How bad do you think caffeine is? I'm not talking about the stuff in green tea or coffee. I'm talking about the stuff you find in Monsters or Red Bulls or any major energy drink chain you can think of. When looking at the nutrition label on a Monster can, how many of those words can you recognize? According to helpguide.org, caffeine acts as a psychoactive drug, meaning it alters your state of mind. More specifically, it stimulates your nervous system, making you feel more alert. You see the ads. Give yourself a boost of energy, they say. But in reality, caffeine actually works by blocking the effects of a chemical in your body that promotes sleepiness. In other words, you're not receiving an energy boost, you just don't experience fatigue. Ever get the sleepy feeling after a sugar high? The same thing happens with caffeine. You know, the average milligram consumption for a team should be 100 milligrams. That's it. Yet many tend to go above this limit, almost peaking 400 milligrams. Sure, caffeine may be labeled as a safe drug for now, but considering it causes impaired heart function, calcium depletion, insomnia, or sleep disruptions, stunned brain development, the list goes on. So before you think about picking up a Monster or a Red Bull for a third day in a row, ask yourself, do you really want to risk your health this young? That's all I have for public service. Back to you, anchors.
Wow, that was some great advice. On to Gray Din with your Of Note.
Thanks, anchors. Perk Up Kitchen is a breakfast-style restaurant at 309 West Old Shakopee Road in Bloomington. From 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily, it serves a variety of breakfast and lunch platters, from pancakes and waffles to soups and salads. They cost anywhere from $20 to $30, $60 if you plan on getting the breakfast charcuterie board. You also have a choice to sit inside or outside on the patio when the weather gets warmer. The tables are also great for large family gatherings or small hangouts with friends. Holidays are especially popular occasions for coming here, particularly Mother's and Valentine's Day. Having been there myself, I can say that the staff are welcoming and attentive to their customers' needs. They're also knowledgeable on the menu's dishes and can go into detail about their preparation if asked. All in all, Perk Up Kitchen earns a rating of 4 stars. Well deserved for a restaurant that provides exceptional food, atmosphere, and service. Now back to you, anchors.
That sounds like a great breakfast spot. I'll be sure to check it out. Now, let's check out this week's editorial with Vivian Corinne.
America's national parks have long been called our greatest idea, places where beauty, adventure, and history all come together. From mountains to forests, from redwoods to deserts, these landscapes belong to everyone. However, these spaces have been stretched beyond their limits, and without proper government funding, they're at risk of being loved to death. The problem is evident. Visitors have skyrocketed, but funding has not kept up. From President Trump's 2026 plan, the administration proposed cutting over $1.2 billion in funding, which is a third of parks' budgets. That's insanity. On top of that, according to the National Park Service, the park system faces a $23 billion maintenance backlog, leading to damaged roads, closed trails, and a worse atmosphere for guests. Without stronger government funding, overcrowding and limited resources threaten wildlife, ecosystems, and historic sites. National parks are not luxury attractions. They are a shared national treasure meant to be preserved for all. If we fail to invest in them today, we risk losing them tomorrow. It's time to act and ensure that we protect our national parks so they can flourish for future generations.
That was really informative. I never knew that about the national parks.
That really changed my viewpoint on this issue.
Now let's go to Scores and Sports with Tessa Ryan.
And Kate, now let's give it up for our Lady Jags. They're on absolute fire this week. Our softball team kicked things off with a dominant 16-1 victory over Chanhassen on the 14th. Then our lacrosse team has been unstoppable. They crushed St. Louis Park 15-4 on the 12th, and then followed it up with an 18-2 win over Holy Angels on the 14th. Special shout out to Annabelle and Brooklyn, who each scored 5 goals in that game. On the track, our ladies did amazing on the May 13th meet. Amelia Borgen earned second place in the 1600 with a time of 5:08, and then came back to get third in the 3200 with a time of 11:50. Campbell Lewis brought home third place with a 100-meter hurdle with a time of 15.53 seconds. Great work all around. And finally, let's make some noise for our adapted softball team, who won the state championship on the 16th. What an incredible achievement. Congratulations to each and every one of them. It's been a huge week for the lady athletes. Now to you, Tanner.
Thanks, Tessa. Here are some updates on boys' scores in sports. Congrats to Nolan Hulkern and Logan Ingeldinger for a great finish to the conference season in boys golf. Nolan finished third in the conference and Logan 8th, both getting all conference. The Jefferson boys baseball team beat Kennedy recently 5-3 as well. Jefferson boys volleyball beat Chaskatchan on Tuesday, May 19th, putting them at 23-4 on the year. The win gave them the Metro West Conference Championship for the second year in a row. Good luck in the playoffs. And the boys Jefferson lacrosse team is now 10-1 with their most recent win against Holy Angels with the score of 15-2. The boys beat New Prague 12-5, giving them the Metro West Conference champion title. Back to you, anchors.
Thanks, Tessa and Kara. I love hearing how our varsity Jags are doing.
Our spring season is looking to be very successful. It's really good to see that everyone has been working so hard.
Yeah, good luck to our Jags these next few weeks.
Next is the Jaguar Top 10 list with Vivian Corinne.
Thanks, anchors. This week on our top 10, we have top 10 songs. Starting in number 10, we have Dancing Queen by ABBA, the ultimate pop disco crossover that is globally recognized as one of the most flawless and joyous dance tracks. Number 9, we have Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana, the definitive grunge track that defined a decade. Number 8, we have A Day in the Life by the Beatles, often cited as the pinnacle of the Beatles songwriting. Number 7, we have Johnny Be Good by Chuck Berry, a rock and roll song foundational in its guitar playing and to the genre's invention. Number 6, we have Like a Rolling Stone by Bob Dylan, a radical, culturally shifting folk rock track that entirely redefined a pop single. Number 5, we have Imagine by John Lennon for being a timeless song about peace with a haunting melody. Number 4, we have Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen for showcasing multiple genres and being an iconic anthem. And then coming in our top 3, we have Billie Jean by Michael Jackson for revolutionizing pop and the moonwalk. Number 2, we have Respect by Aretha Franklin for being an empowering civil rights and feminist anthem. In number 1, we have Blinding Lights by The Weeknd for having 5.4 billion streams, the most streamed song of our time. Back to you, anchors.
Wow, what an interesting list on the top 10 songs.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to check out some of those songs. Now, let's go to Inside Jefferson Unedited with Max Vernier and Emmy Lee.
Thanks, anchors. This week on Inside Jefferson Unedited, we went around and we asked people what they're doing to prepare for finals.
Welcome to Inside Jefferson. I'm Emmy Lee, and I'm here with
the Thomas Peterson, I think we know.
Leland Howard, Jr.
Kyle Dorn, I'm a sophomore.
Nathaniel Johnson, sophomore.
Today's question is, what are you doing to get ready for finals?
Couple slides, couple thousand slides. I'm going to be doing note cards for hours unless my mom will maybe she'll let me take a 5-minute break.
1 slide and 3 note cards.
I'm going to read my textbooks and take notes.
Some note cards and AI.
Sounds like some pretty good ways to study. Thank you. This was Inside Jefferson.
What a cool look at the goings-on around Jefferson.
It's always fun to see what is going on around our school, especially things that are happening that go unnoticed. Now let's see our Jaguar of the Week with Sophie Friedel.
Thank you, anchors. The Jag of the Week for this edition of Wjag News is someone who truly demonstrates what it means to be a Jaguar. Duncan McDonald is someone who consistently shows academic excellence and athleticism. As a 12th grader, he has a significant amount of achievements under his belt. He has been an AP Scholar with distinction for 2 consecutive years. He is a National Merit Finalist, and he earned a perfect score on the ACT. As for his extracurriculars, he's the captain of Science Olympiad, a varsity cross-country and track and field runner, and he is a JV Nordic skier. Duncan has consistently worked very hard over the past 4 years, and it shows through his achievements. Duncan says, "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." His classmate Izzy Sinner said, "Duncan is the ultimate role model for Jefferson students." Duncan's dedication, leadership, and positive attitude make him a great example of what it means to be a student here at Jefferson. Back to you, Audrey and Kate.
Thanks, Sophie. Congrats to this week's Jaguar of the Week. We have so many great Jags that are putting their best foot forward each and every day.
It truly sounds like Duncan is doing something special here at Jefferson. Finally, we will go to What If with JJ Moore.
What if cars suddenly disappeared? The world's main form of transportation is just suddenly gone. We would all be kind of hopeless. No quick movement to our job when we woke up 30 minutes after our alarm. We would have to sit there in disbelief that we have to walk 10 to 30 miles. Or just maybe, we would change to bikes. Would roads get smaller? Would they turn into sidewalks? Would they still even exist? You could stand against me on this, but I believe it would be good. People would become closer because of proximity, seeing the same person walking the same path you take every morning and night. They're right in front of you. You have to walk by them 1 to 10 feet away instead of 15. More would happen. This made me realize we as humans have evolved in so many ways to get away from each other. Unintentionally, but it happened. Back to you, anchors.
I'd never thought about what life would be like if cars vanished. They're such integral parts of life.
Yeah, what a fun scenario. Definitely something to think about. What a great note to leave off on.
Well, I sure hope that everyone has a great rest of the week and keeps supporting all the amazing things happening here at Jefferson.
Only a couple weeks left, Jags. Let's make those final pushes to end on a great note.
Thank you for watching this edition of Jaguar News and Views.
See you next time, Jags.